An LMPD investigation cleared this officer of sexually abusing a confidential informant. Well, after Brian Bailey went back to work, more women came forward saying he'd abused them as well.
In this partnership with the Kentucky Center for Investigative Reporting, Travis Ragsdale reveals the women say police could have stopped his behavior, but didn't. It's a story you'll see only on WDRB.
This is Brian Bailey, and these are just some of the explicit text messages he is accused of sending to a woman just last year.
Text messages were sent, sexually explicit, nude photographs, things like that.
Back in 2016, the woman's mother went to LMPD with a complaint that Bailey was having a sexual relationship with her daughter and that he was using her as a confidential informant. Police launched a public integrity unit investigation. The woman told police Bailey touched her breast in his office and sent her pictures of his genitals. After 9 months, when investigators went to interview Bailey, he declined, and the department never even looked at his phone. Bailey was cleared of any wrongdoing and went back to his job as a narcotics officer. For a year and a half between January 2019 and June 2020, Bailey secured more search warrants on homes across Louisville than any other officer in the department, more than the next 2 officers combined. All but one of those warrants was based on intel from a confidential informant, and now 3 more women have come forward since he was cleared by police. All of them say Bailey sexually abused them and forced them to feed him intel on crimes.
Part of Bailey's pattern of conduct would include forcing these women to serve as confidential informants. Certainly dangerous work indeed that they do this.
That's attorney Vince Johnson at a hearing last week. He represents 2 of the women who are now suing Bailey. He says Bailey continued his pattern of sexual abuse even after LMPD investigated, a claim supported by all 3 of the women now bringing claims against him.
Brian Bailey sent text messages to the victims in each instance. One of those cell phones he was using was actually issued by LMPD. Bailey would come to them and not only demand sex, but also force them to become confidential informants.
2 of the women are suing the officers who investigated Bailey in 2016, claiming he could have been stopped right then. The woman from 2016 says she offered to give her phone to investigators that showed the text and photos of Bailey's genitals. She says they never followed up with her to get it. Investigators say they did. WDRB uncovered records that show the woman told investigators that Bailey used a criminal case against her as leverage.
She gave a recorded statement to the PIU investigator on March 6th of 2016, where she talked about what had happened, but she was afraid of him.
But the case was closed and stated, quote, no evidence of any misconduct on the part of Detective Bailey was obtained.
Certainly the new defendants who knew as early as January of 2016 that this was going on and did nothing.
Brian Bailey's attorney declined to comment for this story. So did LMPD.
If these police officers are doing these type of things, they don't need to be police officers.
Bailey has since been reassigned, but at last check is still employed by LMPD. On our website at WDRB.com and in partnership with the Kentucky Center for Investigative Reporting, you can read those text messages we have in full. We're live outside of LMPD headquarters. Travis Ragsdale, WDRB News.